Bob introduced us to this little triangle about how you make something that's fake into a reality. So all of these goals that you guys shared with me right now, it started off as a fantasy. It's not real. Like, this is all in your imagination. And then to get it from a fantasy to an actual goal, Bob Proctor says you got to ask yourself 2 questions. The 2 questions is, 1, am I capable of achieving this goal? And so when I first said, like, yo, I want 120, my mom was just like, no, you're not capable. And I was just like, yo, I want 6 figures a month. My mom was like, you're not capable. Has your mind told you the thing that you want right now that you're not capable of achieving?
Oh, yeah.
We're all there, right? So it's just like, if you believe that, guess what?
That's what the result's going to be.
Exactly. You're not going to do it, right? So what Bob says, you may think you're not capable based on who you are now. However, if you study all of science, all theology, which is like religion or God, they'd be like, yo, you're capable of anything.
Yeah, all things are possible.
So are you going to believe what your paradigm is telling you, or are you going to believe what God and science has told you? So I'm just like, yo, Bob, I'm with you. I'm going to believe science stuff, right? So I'm capable based on what science is saying, based on religion is saying. And now I actually know people that's doing this. I'm like, I'm capable. Number 2 is, am I willing? So 1 is, am I capable? And 2 is, am I willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish the goal? He says, if your answer to that question is yes, at that point you have a goal. If your answer to that question is no, you do not have a goal. And this is where we sometimes get tripped up, because consciously we'll be like, I'm willing. And then be like, yo, go quit your job. For me personally, go get a loan. Cold prospect. Call your leads. Spend $5,000, $10,000 on ads. I'm like, all right, you can miss me on that, bro. Pay for this coaching program. I'm not willing.
That's a dicey one right there. Not dicey and like it's messed up, dicey and like you can actually trick yourself to say that you're willing. You can trick yourself by saying that you're willing by calling it, I'm just being realistic, but you're really making decisions off your 5 senses. That's my bad. I had to
That's good, CJ. I hear you.
That's why I'm a beast on sales calls, because I'm aware of this, 1, because I've gone through it, and then 2, I can see where it's just, especially once you get clarity and you know this is what you have to do. So it's a different story when somebody's like, yo, quit your job, and you're just like, yo, I don't see how this makes sense for me to quit my job to make this happen. But once you're clear, like, yo, this is what I want, I'm clear on every step that I need to take, and there's just this big step that I'm scared to take, now we got a problem, because you know what you want and you know what you need to do. Or you can just lie, like, I don't think I need that, right? So this is where we get stuck. So the question is, right now, everybody's like, I'm capable. And if you believe you're capable, you'll be willing. So what really happens is you say I'm capable, but then you aren't willing. What does that actually mean? You don't really believe you're capable. And so what we got to figure out here is, what are some of the things that you've been unwilling to do to hit the goal? Those 3 things that you have been unwilling to do, your mind is going to give you a good reason why you shouldn't do them. I mean, I was having a conversation with Arsenio. I was just like, what the mind does, it deletes, distorts, and generalizes information, right? And so what I've done my best to do is like deleting it, all right? So I literally remember being on extreme execution calls with E, right? And he'll be like, does anybody need help with anything? And guess what I say?
No,
Probably
I'm good.
no.
I need no help.
I'm good. And then I remember finally reaching the point where I'm just like, I'm not where I need to be. So why is my mind telling me I'm good?
Yeah, right.
And then I just like, yo, I'm never again, if somebody that's doing better than me asks me the question what I need help with, I'm going to say nothing. Because that's my mind bullshitting me into accepting my current status quo when I know I want more.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when he asked the question, I thought about something that I was struggling with in the past that I've overcome. That's my mind boosting me up. But it's not thinking about the thing that I'm hiding right now for myself.
How you find that thing?
Sharing. I had to force myself to be more transparent and vulnerable with myself, and therefore so I could be with others, right? Because your mind was just like, yo, I'm good. But now we just realized we're not posting the KPIs, and there's a reason for it. And if we could identify that reason, total game changer, right? So I love it. Please figure out that reason and put it on paper in the chat. Is that fair, Rodney?
Yeah.
All right, cool. CJ, how about you? 3 things you've been unwilling to do.
Oh man. So 3 things I'm unwilling to do. I might have to go deeper, but I'm just starting to realize that eliminate the distractions while I'm, working in the business. Like, I'll have my phone next to me and I'll do like 20 minutes and be like, oh yeah, I'm good. Let me go ahead and scroll. Giving myself a pass on working in the business based on how I feel. That's I've had a long day at work You know what I'm saying? It's 9:30. I need to get some sleep. And I haven't come up with the third one because I feel like those two are really based on what you said earlier, like the five senses. Like it's literally everything that almost literally everything that I do, whether it's with the business or with, UPS, it's based on how I'm feeling that day. Because I can go to work and have a great day and be like, oh, UPS ain't that bad.
All right, so you got to.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that third one.
Yeah, and even these two, because again, eliminate distractions. What's making me want to distract myself from the thing that I actually want? And then long day at work. Why am I tired after a long day at work? And then that's how we dive deep. Who can see that we may not be as clear as we thought we were before this call?
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
And that's all that it is. And what the mind is doing is like, you're absolutely clear on what you want and what's getting in the way. But now when we're talking about what we want and we're getting in the way, there's not as much certainty on what the answer is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so again, one, it's a fantasy until we get clear on what we want and what's stopping us from getting it. Right. And then once we're clear on what we want specifically and what's getting in the way consistently, am I able to manage my back office no matter what's happening? Yes. Now it's, am I willing to do it moving forward no matter what happens? I had this thing called Forever Solutions. Where it's just like, yo, once I start seeing something that's happening over and over 1, 2, or 3 times, I'm like, yo, what do I have to do to make sure this never happens again? And then whatever it is that my mind comes up with, I'm doing.
That's tough.
Oh, no doubt. What came to your mind?
I'm gonna have to leave UPS for not have a long day like that. That's tough.
Yeah.
Now, are you willing?
That hey, I'm still being worked on. God's still working on me.
Thank you for being honest about that, though, right? Because if we could fix, and so that's where the work is, where I know this is what I need to do, and I'm gonna spend my time avoiding thinking about this.
Yeah.
And so if this is what, and I'm not putting it in your mouth, you said it. Like, let's be clear. Is this my idea or your idea?
Huh?
Is that my idea or your idea? Because I talk about leaving the job a lot. Is that my idea or your idea?
That's mine. That's mine. It's
so yeah. So if leaving the job is the thing that eliminate these two things, what are the top 3 fears that are preventing you from leaving your job? And once we identify those top 3 things, that's what we need to work on. So I'm gonna move on, but I'm gonna come back to you, CJ, and figure out what are the 3 things that I need to do to figure out what's required. What are the 3 things making me scared to leave my job? And before you even write those down, are you capable of leaving?
I am capable.
Are you willing?
I am. Come back to me. I'm willing.
Based on where you are right now.
Based on where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Without the additional clarity, right now, this moment, are you willing?
No, I'm not.
And that's okay. And so now we just got to figure out, why am I not willing? And let's write down those 3 things. And then we'll revisit this and be like, all right, these are the 3 reasons why I'm unwilling, and let me figure it out. Because it doesn't become a goal. We're not going to hit this dream outcome until we overcome that fear. And you might not even have to leave to get the goal. That's the crazy part. But you would still have to at least consider, why am I afraid of leaving? Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
All right, cool. So once you have a goal, what happens, because you're now willing to do whatever it takes, this is when the plan unfolds. So until you do what CJ just did, you don't even have a goal yet. That's what's so dope about Bob Proctor's framework. And once you're like, yeah, I'm done, because what happens is we want all of the facts before we say we're willing. And Bob is like, no, you don't get the facts until after. You take the first step that's proving that you're willing to do what it actually takes. And once you take that first step, the plan unfolds at each step, and then finally it becomes a reality. That's how you take something that's in your mind and make it real.